Within Donald Trump's big ugly bill is the creation of a new savings plan for children with the MAGA-friendly name Trump Account. Yes, that name is baked into the law, is what it is. Now, their overall idea isn't radically new. Similar ideas have been proposed by Democrats before, by Republicans before, and this new program functions essentially like individual retirement accounts with a few complicated rules. And they come with a $1,000 initial deposit from the federal government for children born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028. And then parents can contribute up to $5,000 a year in tax-deferred contributions to the account until the child turns 18. But take a listen, not just a look, take a listen to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent talking about the new Trump accounts at an event hosted by right-wing news outlet Breitbart.
In a way, it is a backdoor for privatizing Social Security. Like Social Security is a defined benefit plan paid out that, to the extent that if all of a sudden these accounts grow and you have in the hundreds of thousands of dollars for your retirement, then that's a game changer too.
I don't know if he practiced that line, if somebody wrote him that line, but he just said it's a backdoor for privatizing Social Security, which sounds like what someone sounds like when they say the quiet part out loud. Joining me now is Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat from Massachusetts. Senator, great to see you. I know there are votes tonight. Thank you for taking the time. Sometimes I just want to say, and unfortunately this is evergreen during this moment, Secretary, why are you saying that out loud, Mr. Secretary? What did you make? You are so familiar with retirement accounts, what is good, what is bad for families, and of course, the impact of privatizing Social Security, even if it's a backdoor way. What did you make of what the Secretary said today?
Well, so the Secretary is just reiterating what Republicans have been saying for years and years and years and years. They want to privatize Social Security. They want their buddies on Wall Street to be able to get their hands on your retirement. And they want to take away the retirement that Americans earn out of their paychecks every single week, every single paycheck. And look, it's just another Trump scam. As you pointed out, this initial boost is only for 3 years. And basically, it's only for families that can afford to put $5,000 into a kid's account every year. The bottom line, I just say this every chance I get about Social Security. Social Security is not charity. Social Security is something people earn by making their contributions, and it becomes a solemn contract between the worker, the person who paid in, and the government. And we have to continue to honor that. And we're just not going to let the Republicans continue to chip away at it. That's what they're going to try to do. That's why we fight them.
Absolutely. It is not an entitlement. People pay into it. It's their money. There's so much economic news. I'm always so grateful to talk to you about so many things. But let me ask you, there have been a lot of developments on a ban on stock trading by members of Congress today, something you have long been advocating for. I may not get everything, so let me get a few of the things that happened. So Republican Senator Josh Hawley voted for a new bill to that effect, along with the Democrats on the committee. But he says he's open to amending it to get Trump's support. We don't entirely know what that means. There's an extended couple years of implementation for presidents and vice presidents. What do you think of the bill that passed the committee today?
So it's a good bill. Because basically it deals with a real problem around here. And let's look at it this way. No one in this country should wonder whether or not their senator, their representative, or their president is making a decision that is good for the country or maybe just good for their own private pocketbook. We get a lot of insider information around here and a lot of capacity to affect outcomes. And that's true for senators, for representatives, and for the president and vice president. So this bill says, hey, you don't get to trade. Now, it's got a little bit of a slope on how it comes in and so on timing. But the basic idea behind it is long overdue. It's a good, solid bill.
I think for a lot of people watching, they probably wonder how can people trade stocks who are in Congress or their spouses. That is a separate question. So one of the things I've been talking about a little bit on this show, and Holly's a good example of this, is how there are some members, and we don't have to give them profiles and courage, but they realize that their constituents, the people they represent, don't want them to align with billionaires, don't want them to align. I mean, no kidding. You've been saying this for many, many years. Now, Senate Majority Leader John Thune basically said he doesn't plan to bring the bill to the floor because only one Republican voted for it. But I'm wondering, I mean, you're not whipping votes in the Republican Party, but do you think, is your sense from talking to members that there could be more support in the caucus writ large for something like this beyond Holly? I think there probably is, but what do you think?
Oh, I think there is. Look, I've been reaching out to Republicans literally for years now, and we've never actually landed a bill that we could get onto the floor and get passed. But there are Republicans who are interested in this. And this is because it is driven from people back home who just say, what the hell, guys? Here you are. You get the first look at the information, and you get to influence markets and companies and make lots and lots of policy decisions that can drive the value of stock up or drive the value of stock down. Nobody around the country wants to be wondering, what exactly is in your mind when you make those decisions? And look, for me, this is what public service is all about. I get it. There are people who want to trade stocks. They say that's an important part of protecting my future or my family. That's fine. Don't run for elective office then. Don't be in public service. But if you want to be in public service, if you want to represent the people of the good Commonwealth of Massachusetts or your home state, or you want to represent the whole country, then yeah, sometimes there is a little, you got to manage your own personal life differently. And that means not buying stock, not selling stock, not holding stock, not trading in stock. You got to say that that is not for you. You want to be in the stock market, then get in the big mutual funds, get in those. But don't get in individual stocks and don't trade those stocks that you can influence.